Hey guys, Johnny here, back with another review. Trying to keep up the consistency. So with this build, is what people have been expecting is the uh, Gvardiol build from Man City, the left back. He's got 33 levels. He's a defensive fullback. Compared to his player of the week card, his UCL card is an attacking fullback. And I believe his standard GP and other cards are build-up CBs. So, from what I can tell, it's literally the same in terms of stats ish compared to the UCL player of the week card, but the only difference is the playstyle. He is a defensive fullback versus attacking fullback. Me personally, I prefer if he was an attacking fullback just because of some of the stats he has that will really benefit from attacking. And I think if you play him as centre back, he might be lacking in certain departments. So let's get into it. So if you want to play him as a CB, which most people will, I'd suggest getting at least, let's see the points in, at least getting the physical jumping to 80 to 91. The speed you can leave at 8. If you want to play him as out and out CB, you don't need that much speed, so 83 speed is enough. You can get, like I said, you can get the defending to 90s plus. I think this is enough for a center back, but you can also still I'd suggest getting his obviously we can boost his acceleration. You can get the acceleration up quite a bit to at least 81 or 80 to at least 80. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so you can definitely mess around with this, probably get the defending up even more if you want to, and you can, if you want to. But I think for me as a center back, he needs way more physical contact. So I think I'd go with maybe can I get 12 in here? Get just to check real quick. 88 physical contact is okay as a center back in my opinion, but I'd probably want to get that to 8 and then just yeah. Let me see. That's okay. I think this is okay. And then you can put the last 2 points in aerial if you want to get the jumping up even more. But you can put the last 2 points into dexterity to get to 81, or you could put 1 into dribbling. I think dribbling. You can put 1 into dribbling, and you can put 1 into shooting to get to 75, although you probably won't need it. So this is an out and out CB build. I think you have decent pace, good defending, and very good physicals, because as a CB with the physical contact, you kind of need it right now, especially with when you come up against people like Hullet and so on. Kind of mobile for a CB in my opinion. Looks decent, but if you want to train him as a combination between a left back, a fully defensive left back, and a CB, so like a fully defensive fullback, someone who's always going to stay back, never get forward, you can put 12 in dexterity to get to 88 speed. I think 88 speed is enough. You can put 4 in physical contact to get to at least 81 physical contact, and then you can just put like 4 in dexterity to get the acceleration to 80, and then you can just slap the rest in defending, in my opinion. You can slap the rest in defending. So then he's quick. We don't need to sacrifice the aerial because he's playing a fullback. So we can play him as so we don't have to put points into jumping or physical contact. We just have to put pace, defending, and he has decent ball control, decent passing, and decent finishing. And with this build, this is an out and out fullback slash defender, but I think a fullback slash center back, but I think a fully defensive fullback, this will probably be the best build you can get, because then he's more complete. So this is the build I'd recommend if you play him as a defensive fullback. Now me personally, I tend to use him to go forward, so I like him in around this pocket of space here. So he gives me passing options for my winger, because sometimes my winger is always isolated, but I don't want him to go too far. So yeah, so I leave him here. So so when I build him, I put 4 into shooting, because he's going to be in positions to shoot most of the time. In fact, he's always in positions to shoot or create something. And then I had 12 in lower body, 4 in the, I think I had this. Yeah, this is what I had. So with this build, he is more of an offensive minded fullback who doesn't go beyond the winger. He's behind the winger always for support, and always he almost acts like a fullback finisher in certain situations, or an extra midfielder. Sometimes he acts as a fullback, and then because of how the instructions I've given him, he only goes beyond my winger if I use L1 triangle. I mean L1, whatever, 1-2s, right, to initiate the thing. So yeah, so in terms of skills, I'd highly recommend acrobatic clearance. No, not acrobatic clearance. Through passing, one touch pass, and I think weighted pass. I think that's all I'd recommend. He's got all the skills already. As you can see, he's got all the skills already. Now, because of the way I said I was going to play him as a kind of like a center mid slash DM slash center slash fullback at the same time, all in one. So that's why I gave him long range curler, long range shooting, through passing, weighted pass, no look pass. No look pass is a personal preference, as you've probably seen in my other videos. I just like the animations with the no look pass, so I use it a lot, and I always seem to activate it a lot as well. So I might make a video on no look pass, but we'll see. So these are the skills I've given him, and so in game, this is what we play. We play attacking on him and defensive on him at the same time, because what happens is with the attacking instructions, as I mentioned before, most times he runs beyond the winger, but I don't want him to run beyond the winger, because then I'm fully exposed for the counter. So what happens is with this instruction, he stops here. He doesn't go past my winger. He's always like next to him to provide support, and then he only goes past my winger if I manually do an L1, like a 1-2 to get him moving, or I do a 1-2 to get him moving this way. But he normally hangs around here, and he's always in a position where even if I lose the ball on a counter, he can get back quick enough, because he hasn't gone all the way. He just chills in around this area. So yeah, so I'll show you a clip of him being with the so this is him currently defending. Now pay attention to how he moves with the instruction. Now you see in this situation here, I manually did an L1, like a 1-2 to get him beyond my winger. But yeah, so in this case the winger's Foden in this game. But look how, I'm just gonna fast forward a bit till we get the ball. Okay, so we have the ball now, and then again I'm sending him forward, and then look how quick he is to recover, right? He goes back to defend, but look at where he chills. He chills don't know if you can see him on the top of my screen. He chills in the midfield area, not beyond the winger, just in midfield, which is kind of why I want him. Whereas, as you can see, Ben White overlaps. He runs beyond my winger because he's an attacking fullback, and because the attacking and defensive instruction is not on him. But with attacking and defensive on my fullback stays in the midfield, doesn't run beyond my winger. He just stays next to the winger. So as you can see, again, look at where he is. He is literally still behind Foden, but he's in a place where the AI of the opponent team has to be aware of my Gvardiol. So as you can see, we then score from this. So it was pretty nice. Okay, so now I'm just going to show you some other clips. That was just a bonus. But then if you do not want to use him as out and out defensive fullback, again, these are some examples of me manually running with him. Whereas the video you saw before, he was already in positions where I didn't have to carry the ball off the pitch. He was just there waiting. Whereas as you can see, without the instruction, I'm creating the opportunities myself. And that pass right there is an example of the through passing skill added with weighted pass. I'm able to thread it through to Haaland with ease. So yeah, that's a very interesting or a good addition to this card. There are also situations where, as you can see, defensively he's very solid, but I think this is his bread and butter, right? It's getting rid of the pressure. Because of the way it passed the very high weak foot, I'm able to switch the ball from left to right with ease, as you're going to see now, with ease as well. He was so good at that, like switching the play. And then here's an example again under pressure, going from left to right, and then obviously releasing the ball. And then we have another example of him just cutting out the play. Defensively, he's very solid. And then boom, you see that? Going from pressure to no pressure, like just switching the play. He's so good at that. I was really impressed with him. So yeah, I was really impressed with him. I'm just gonna show you more examples of how I noticed him with and without the instruction. This is just a bonus. So if you go to training and then free training, right, so as you can see, I'm playing as a left back. I've got individual instruction, I've got attacking on him and defensive on him, and then yeah, and then my sub tactic, exact same formation, but I have, sorry, I can turn this off. I've got no instruction on him, just to show you the difference. So I'm just gonna add the on superstar difficulty and add the AI. I just want you to pay attention to how he moves when I have the ball. Just want you to pay attention. As you can see, look at where he's positioned right now. You can see he's up the pitch, but not beyond my winger. And he still gives me a passing option. Whereas if I go to this side, I win the header, thank you. I sent him forward by accident. As you can see, he's still in position high up the pitch to offer me support. And then if I'm in this situation and I want to get him off the pitch, I can then manually send him running. As you can see, and he's still pretty good, and because of the instructions, it's really nice. So if I, oh yeah, sorry, I can just do it from here. So if I switch my instructions to defensive and just kind of get it to him, right, so with user only, Right, as you can see, I have the ball with him. Now pay attention to how he moves when I have the ball now. Can you see where he stays? He now chills backwards, and then because of that, I have to pass the ball backwards. There's no options on that side going forward if my winger is tight marked, especially with the way the community moves right now. Like all you have to do is tight mark or man mark your winger, and then you're out of the equation. So as you can see, I'm manually moving him up the pitch to get him going, but with the instruction I had before, he was getting up the pitch with ease. And on this side is so much easier. As you can see, Ben White providing an overlap, and so on, so on. Now if I switch back to the other one where it's attacking and defensive on him, as you can see, he's up the pitch, not too far, not too forward. He's only chilling here unless I want him to move forward. Again, I'm making him move forward, and then boom. So it's really nice. It's really nice having that option. So I feel like for me, this build is perfect for him. Oh yeah, also, so I wanted to show what happens when I lose the ball. So you see how quickly he is, to get back. He's now back in left back because of he's committed, he's gone forward, but he hasn't fully committed going forward. So you can still have the attacking option, but obviously, and so on. Look, you can see where he is, and I'm still able to run back in time to cut out the pass and blah 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 blah. So yeah, so I will say, I think for me, the build which I have right now, especially with the skills I've got, makes sense for me, because as I mentioned, I do want him in and around this area of the pitch. I don't want him too far forward with attacking as an instruction on him, because then he just runs beyond and we have a massive gap. So I definitely prefer attacking with defensive as an option, because it just prevents him from going further, just chills around here. I didn't want him as a defensive fullback, because what happens is, if, as I mentioned before, like if I face people who tightly mark my wingers, so if I face someone like a Thuram, a Araujo, there's sometimes where I can't get past them and I need options, but I don't want him to fully commit. So I think having him as a defensive fullback is a waste. So in my opinion, that's why anyway. But you can use him if you're comfortable with the way you play. You can use him with the build I showed previously. As a defensive fullback, is very good. Me personally, I would not play him as a centre back. He does not have the physical contact to play as a centre back, or the doesn't have the physical contact. He'll be like a Beckenbauer. If you want something like that, that's cool, fair enough. But yeah, in the air or against Hullet and stuff, he's going to be useless in my opinion. But yeah, so with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. Peace.